So good morning everybody, and welcome once again to a winter escape to the Canary Islands. This time it's Tenerife. This is the Movima Hotel in Costa Adeje. Okay, so it's day one, just setting off. We're going to ride up over Tidy today, over the backside and down to the tree line, I think. So that's Liz on the right there on the NC 750X, which is the same bike she's got at home, although one at home's automatic and this one is with a clutch, so that'll be good practice for her. Plug in the old headlight. And on the left we've got Freddie and Lil on a Versus, which is in equal kind of condition to my Suzuki V-Strom. So the plan today is to leave the hotel and then rapidly head inland up towards Tidy. We should go through a place called La Camella, and then we're going to take the back roads through Arona, La Escalona, and eventually onto a villa floor where we'll turn on the proper road up to Mount Tidy, which I think is the TF21. We follow that for quite a long way, and it kind of takes us up, and you get a lot of change in scenery, and then it skirts around Tidy, where you can take the cable car if you were to stop. And then there's a couple of restaurants where we'll probably have some lunch at a turning point, which we're going to take later after lunch, and go along the spine of the island and down into the tree line along the other side. And we'll probably stop somewhere along there and then turn around and come back, because you need to get back. We've got some other things on this evening, but it looks like a great day. So we're all set. First day, beautiful sunshine. Off we go. So, start the day behind a white van. The ubiquitous white van, doesn't matter where you go, there's always a white van in the way. So this is the TF28 heading up towards La Camella, where we're going to do a left turn. All the roads in the Canary Islands are kind of simple to know where you are. TF is for Tenerife, GC, Gran Canaria, LP, La Palma, etc. So you can always, if you forget where you are, you can always tell by looking at the street signs. Okay, I think we're coming into La Camella. Yes, this is La Camella. So there should be a left turn here, and we're supposed to go, the direct route up to Tidy is to turn left at the first roundabout, which is here, but we're not going to do that. We're going to take a kind of a back roadsy approach, and we're going to go up that road you can see on the left there, which means I've got to go up here, loop round and come back down again in order to access that road. It's a bit more fun, goes through the back streets of La Camella rather than kind of bypassing these on the main road. Yeah, there we go, up Tidy. Tidy, I'm not quite sure how you're supposed to pronounce that. We're going to go up this one. And off we go into the backwoods of La Camella. Much more interesting. I'm liking the traffic. It's almost like Austria, there's nothing here. At the moment anyway. Like a lazy Sunday morning. So the main road would be skirting all this, it would be way off to our left. And we will join that eventually further on. It amazes me sometimes, these cyclists, you see them, they can hear you coming, they don't move out the way, they just hog the road, the two of them side by side. You can't see what's coming behind them, they don't know whether you're going to knock them off, they don't seem at all concerned about it. I suppose 99% of the time nothing happens to them. So I think we're going to be coming up into the outskirts of Arona next. I'm guessing this is it on the hill up ahead. Quite barren out here really, it's got its own stark beauty though. And indeed this is Arona, these lovely cobbled streets. Similar amount of traffic to what we had in the last little village. I'm always a bit wary crossing these junctions even when it's my right away, you never know what's going to scoop down these side things. This is so deserted you could shoot one of these, oh there's a guy here actually, you could shoot one of these apocalypse type movies here where all the people have disappeared. I love the little village. Nice little squares. Yeah, sometimes I think it would be good to, mind you, you'd have to have a lot longer holiday and you have to rent the bikes a lot longer, but it would be good to kind of stop now and again and explore some of these places in more depth. Amazing how steep some of these roads are coming out of these villages. This is literally on the edge of town. We've got nothing on the right and all the buildings on the left. Nothing apart from cacti, semi-scrub on the left, on the right I mean. Cars parked a little bit like they are in Essex, all over the place. Even out here on these back roads, it's amazing the quality of the tarmac on the roads. It's the great thing with most of the Canary Islands. Right, I'm guessing we're going to be coming up at some stage in the near future to the junction point with the main road that we didn't take earlier on, which I think from memory is the TF51 in the direction of Villaflor. Oh yeah, this looks like it. This looks like the junction with the TF51. I think we're going to go up there, or do we go over there? Hi Liz. Yeah, I think we've come down from over there before in the past, but we've got to go up there, right? So, yeah, definitely up the main road. Very professional bit of clutch and throttle control there. So this is Villaflor. We're going to turn left on the, I think it's the TF21, and start our proper climb up to National Park del Teide, or whatever. So you can see it in the distance actually, the peak of the volcano. Should get more interesting from here on. 26 kilometers to go to Teide, which I guess is the top point. It measures that. It's starting to get a bit chilly, so I'm going to pull in here and put some extra layers on. Bit of a biker's calf. I'm going to put some extra bits on.
Sorry?
I'm going to put some extra clothes on. Extra clothes. Well, that's a lot warmer. I'm going to put that on. Put a thin fleece on under the jacket. Here we go. Straight into the woods. Lovely. So we spent a lot more time in Gran Canaria riding bikes in the winter than we have here. This looks equally as good. The road surface is just amazing. It's racetrack quality. Beautiful. And I believe we're going to get more varied scenery because of the volcano and all the ash fields and so on, the lava fields on the top. So I have been up there before when I was a much younger man on a holiday with a car, not with a motorbike. Oh, this is lovely. I guess once they've spent the money on putting tarmac like this down, it lasts for such a long time because there's so little traffic. He says, a bit of traffic here. It's a bit of an epileptic's nightmare coming through here with all the flashing lights. Lovely jubbly. Excuse me. We do post some rather low speed limits on these roads, still. foresty now. I remember this from when I came before. The scenery changes a lot as you start to climb up the side of the mountain. Different bands of vegetation. Look at this, it's lovely. No, he's letting me go. Lovely, thank you very much. Nice courteous drivers who actually noticed the bikes coming up behind him. Very good. Well, this is an unusual bit of traffic. I guess this climbing up Tidy is what most tourists do. Hello, hello. This looks like a nice bit of straight road. Lovely. It's more like it, an uncluttered view. You see the trees are thinning out now as we get higher, starting to get a bit more stunted. A fantastic way to spend the winter. I'd be shoveling snow otherwise. So what we do is we leave it all to pile up, and then just a couple of days before we come back, we get a tractor to clear the whole lot for us, and then get back it's all done. Brilliant. A really strange environment, this kind of thinned out tree forest. Like this is the official start point of the National Park del Teide. 2,100 meters, I think it just said. Yeah, the trees are pretty well gone now, at least on the right they have. Skirting along the tree line because we're actually descending a little bit at the moment. Lovely. Motorbiking is just bloody great, even on old bikes like this. Right, so we're definitely out on the kind of flat plain. It's almost like a beach type environment in a way, on the top here. Still a 70 limit on these massive long straights, so we'll respect that. It's starting to get quite windy now. Not sure these wooden barriers would stop a car if they went off, and the car would go straight through those. Oh, it's that green copper in the rocks there. Perhaps the barriers are more for a kind of a psychological security feeling, I don't know. Like a lake bed, isn't it? Another bit of traffic. You see a big chunk of that green copper rock over on the left front there. Cruise past a few of these. Well, that changed the scenery a bit. Very good. this green rock on the left. Becoming more of kind of a moonscape, Marsscape or something, you know. Well, look at that. The vegetation's gone. And there's Tidy in front of us, which I believe you can take a cable car up to and have a look down into the crater. Stop over by these, pull in by these rocks on the left to do some photos. I think it's a popular, looks like it's a popular stopping point by judging by all the cars that are there. This area on the right, something to do with Canada. I think Canada own a whole section of the top of this Mount Tidy. I'm not quite sure why. I'll look that up when I get back. Oh yes, Touristville. Time for photo stop. So, back on the road again, and you can see Tidy in the distance there quite clearly. It's amazing to think that all this lava left and right and all around all came out of that little nipple on the top of that little crater on the top of that hill. Incredible. Power of nature makes you realise how small they all are. Look at the quality of this road, it's unbelievable. Yeah, you can just see where the cable car goes up on the right there. Right hand side of the hill. I think we'll get to the access point quite soon. Yeah, here you go, where all the cars are parked. You would turn left up here and then go up to the cable car station, and then you go to the top, and then you have to get off and walk a while. It's been a long time since I've done that, but perhaps do it next time we visit Tenerife. Still lots more scenery to see on the bike for the moment. The traffic glut. It's Freddie in front, and Liz in front of that. Look at this. It always amazes me how this stuff can be here all this time and there's no vegetation on it. It just seems crazy that it could be that sterile, that soil hasn't settled on it, plants haven't started growing. Somebody can explain that to me maybe. And that's been there a long time, there's just no sign of vegetation at all. It's great the way you get these different colours and clumps. Like it spews out one type of rock and then after a while spews out a completely different one, so you get kind of definite areas of different types of rock. This stuff on the right's amazing. Some of it's quite shiny, it looks like glassy where it's kind of melted. Difficult to see, I think, probably off the GoPro, off the bike, but it catches the sun. Amazing. Like a shiny black mirror. Hello. Oh, this is really like a beach up here, look. Wow. Well, we might have to stop here for some photos as well. It's very windy up here at the moment. Going over that peak in the distance, I think we have to turn right to branch off across the top and go down to the tree line on the other side. But I think we're going to stop at the junction point and grab a spot and lunch. There's a restaurant on the left, at least according to Street View there is, and it looks quite popular with bikers and stuff. We'll see in a minute. Here's the turn point, so we're going to be going right here eventually. Hopefully there's a restaurant on the left up here. Sure enough, there you go. What would we do without Google, eh? Although, yeah, I don't know. always an insidious side to these technologies. They seem to control the world now, manipulating elections and everything. Anyway, changing the subject, let's go get some lunch. So that was Restaurant del Portillo. We actually didn't stop there very long because it looked a bit chaotic and over full, and the menu didn't look great. So just had a coffee, and I think we're going to stop at another restaurant that we already passed on the way up, which is on the left on the way down. We're going to stop there. It's not so far away actually from the El Portillo, just a little bit before we got to it on the right. That looked a much nicer place. It's getting starting to get even more windy. I think it's going to be quite a challenging wind over the top because there's nothing to shield you from it. You can see just on the peak in front of us, that's the astronomical observatory on the top of Tidy. I think we'll go past that and down the other side. Yeah, that's the turn off for the observatory, I think. Yeah. I've never been up to that one. I did do a magazine story once on the world's largest, most powerful optical telescope, the William Herschel, on Las Palmas in the Canaries, for the Observer magazine. That was many, many moons ago. Fascinating places. Look at that. Into nothing. Yeah, as I suspected, the wind's getting stronger and stronger. Top of the world here. Yeah, I can see off the other side now. Must be Santa Cruz down there in the distance through the haze. Changing the rock again, we get this black ash now. We've got a couple of nice twisties coming up. Look at the colours here, amazing. So we're going to go from this virtually desert scape to in the thick of the trees in no time at all, I believe, when we get over the back of this. Yeah, it's really quite windy at the moment, pushing from the side. Ooh. Yeah, pushes you into the middle of the road a bit. Oh, look at this, where they've cut through this ash here. Fantastic. Tidy's off to the left. So here we go, rapid change from desert scenery and black ash and no vegetation to in the thick of the forest. Fantastic. So this road continues all the way up the kind of spine of Tenerife to the top end, going through the trees like this. Very pretty. At least that's what it looked like when I looked on Street View, which I use a lot to plan these routes. Very useful tool. Now I could do this all day, but I think we're going to have to turn around and go back. We haven't had any lunch yet either. We only had a coffee on the last place. So I think we'll find a suitable spot soon, take some photographs and turn around and do it all backwards. Good on you, mate. Fancy cycling up here myself. Although I used to do a lot of mountain biking. Never did street biking though. Always seems like if you hit a bump with those skinny front wheels on those road bikes, the wheels should buckle. I guess the technology is quite good now. This is lovely, look at this, but the way the light stripes down through between the trees. And the forest's getting thicker now as we're dropping down. Mind you, it's still pretty sparse in comparison to a cultivated forest. Okay, I think it's time for us to pull off because we've got traffic and there's no point overtaking them all because we want to turn around soon anyway. So next pull in. There we go, photo stop. Yes, okay. This will be our farthest outward on this ride today. I think we'll turn around and go back after this.
I think as we've got coach and traffic now, I think we'll still go back. Have a little look up here.
So we're on our way back home. We just had a fantastic lunch at that other place that I mentioned earlier on. I can't quite remember the name of the restaurant at the moment. I'll post it on the video. Anyway, it was very good. So just going to zip back home now. Enjoy the rest of the evening in Costa Deche and do a different route tomorrow. So this is back through some of the zones. This is what I think of as the yellow zone, the kind of the beach zone, beachy zone with a bit of scrub. Looks different heading into the light. And now we've got the red zone, or one of the red zones. A bit more scrub and moorlandy stuff here. Yeah, this is more like Dartmoor or something. No, not really. The green zone. One of the most distinctive little areas on the ride. Now we're heading back to the tree line again. Nice, you could ride this backwards and forwards all day. It's just so great. Nice bright yellow helmet he's got on, apart from the reflective jacket. So here we go, coming back into Costa Deche, end of our ride for the day. this is kind of touristville, but it does have the advantage that there's a lot more to do in the evenings, and we've got a pretty good deal in this big hotel. Just going to circumnavigate the barrier. Not that we don't have a ticket, we do.